format for what we're releasing. But let me see. We got Josh, Matt, or we got. Is Josh on too?
You want me to cut the music, big boss?
Might as well.
Yeah, I don't see Josh in here.
I'm gonna try to share my screen. I know there's a lot of people on right now, but let's see if we can go over some of the things that are going to be rolling out on Contract V4. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yes,
May have to have
sir.
more than one person share. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry because I got a big screen right now, so I have to kind of do it this way. I hope you guys don't mind. And I know we have quite a few new people in here, so a lot of people haven't actually seen the way that the monks contract works. And some of you guys that are new to the community, this is the 4th version of the contract that we're trying to publish. That will be rolling out hopefully tomorrow night. And so we're in this process of beginning to roll out items. And so the way that we actually structured this, and we're going to kind of drop some of the future plans here about how this will all work, is that every single monk is really let me back up actually. The monk's contract is an ERC 1155 contract, meaning it's a multi-token contract, right? And the way that we design the monks is actually, I'm not going to say it's revolutionary because other people have done this, but it is a lot more sophisticated than just a standard NFT project. The ERC 1155 contract was designed to be built for multiple tokens or gaming, right? That was the idea behind it. So every single monk has a bunch of layers, that are used to basically create each individual character. And so on top of these different layers, we have these things that are kind of like genomes is what we call them, but they're really just kind of schemas that tell us what items go on which layer for what type of monk you have, right? And so we have a bunch of, I think we have 14 different kinds of genomes. And if you guys are a monk's owner and you click through, you'll see a bunch of these different genomes through what we call the updater. And so this is actually used as a good tool to describe to you how all the different layers work, and what layers will be editable and which layers will not be editable, right? So the first thing I want to show you real quick is for everybody that's new, every single monk has 10 layers on it, right? And some of those layers are reserved. Some monks have more slots for adding things than others. So if you have a monk here, I'll kind of punch through the genomes here, and you'll start to see these fields disappear. And that's because every single monk genome is structured a little bit differently. So here's a skid. Here's ones that we call spiritual. This one is enlightened. Then we have mercenaries, which are basically factionless warriors. They're factionless warriors. Then we have warriors, which are also factionless. And then we have elite warriors, which are warriors that are basically have a couple more layers than the rest of the warriors that are available, or they're taken up. Elite warriors have typically the diamond in between their eyes. And then we have zombies. Then we have zombie priests, which is really just a zombie that has the shawl and the beads. And then we have zombie warrior. And then zombie warlock, which is just an updated version of the zombie priest. And then eternals, degens, which degens came with the most layers that had been utilized. And then we have nuns. And so there's only one static genome, which is the actual eternals genome right here. And you see that these really have no layers tied to them whatsoever, because the eternals are more for part of the role play and part of the administration of the game. So anybody that's been issued an eternal or won an eternal, they're going to behave. You can still add them into the game, but this is going to be a little bit different than probably what a lot of people were thinking. And this also may open us up to some things that we have to figure out kind of as a community. So the first thing I wanted to share with you guys is that every single monk, what you currently see is basically the public facing version of your monk. It's your PFP, right? So what you see on OpenSeas is the PFP version of the monk. right? And that also has 10 layers, but this will be the most editable version of your monk. Underneath that, what we're doing is we're creating 3 new schemas for individual eras that we're going to be competing in for Ascension, which will tell you a little bit about how Ascension works. The first era is ancient times, the second is modern, and then the third is futuristic. So a lot of you guys have monks that have items that will not be allowed in certain eras. Like if you're wearing a bulletproof vest, that's going to be a modern era item, right? If you have sword, or if you have helmets or armor on your monk right now, that's not a modern type of weapon or a modern, sorry, because nobody has weapons right now, but not a modern type of item, it will not be added to that era. So a lot of the items that we have to have eras associated with them. And that only applies to the 3 subgroups that we have for the monk. And this allows us to expand on the gameplay. It also allows us to expand on the types of items that we put out. So every single monk will have 3 basically sub genomes underneath it that allow you to pick and remove items from those genomes. All right. So again, this is going to add a lot of functionality to each character that we have. So I wanted to describe to you guys how this will work and how we're trying to make this work. And obviously this is going to be something that may change. It really just depends on the feedback we get, because again, this is more community driven than most of these projects, right? So we want this to work best, obviously economically, and also work out for the gameplay. So I'm just going to show you a general genome, right? And we'll just talk about this generally because there's 14 of them. I don't need to go over every single one of them right now. And to be honest, we probably should have had some better documentation on this to share with you guys for this, but this is kind of last minute. So every single one of these characters, this being the primary one, your PFP, this is the one that you'll see on OpenSea, right? Every single one of them has a background. There's an empty slot right now that you all have that's not filled, which is the weapons back, which is our layer 2. And then you have the skin item, which is the actual skin of the character. On the skin, if you own I believe it's the android, right? Or the Terminator
Cyborg.
monks. Yeah, the cyborgs. I can't even think right now. Sorry, I've just been up way too long today. You actually have 2 additional layers because the mouth and the eyes for the cyborg are basically burned into the actual skin image. So you actually retain these 2 layers as open, right? So on those 2, you will not be able to change the eyes or the mouth because they're burned into the skin, right? And this is something that we may be able to do later on to optimize spaces, whatever. We'll leave it up to the community to kind of decide on that. But then every single monk after that, with the exception of cyborgs, has an additional 5 layers to add items on. And so what that means is a layer item, and this will cause some clipping because we can't control everything that a user will do and in what order they decide to put things. But this is something that we'll have to come up with, is some kind of creative way to make sure that people aren't just fucking putting things in front of each other to make them look ridiculous, right? But these items will all be layered on top of the skin and on top of whatever item is underneath it on a preceding layer, right? So you're just stacking these things on top of each other. Now, what's really nice is those items themselves are actually NFTs and can be bought, sold, and traded. All right. So we're trying to make it exclusive so that each monk can only have one item to use, and they have to pick where they want to put it right now. But that may change. And again, this is all up for interpretation as we move forward. So as of right now, though, if you only have one shawl, then you can only put it on one of the monks because it's only one item available. All right. So that's the way it's going to work when we launch this. And so the idea is we're going to give you guys basically an initial set of weapons during the first minute. You want to do it. An item, whatever. Right. This is all saved in the metadata of the monk. You'll be burning and minting the item in and off of the monk itself. Right. So you'll always retain the identifier and the item as an NFT, but it'll disappear from the market once it's actually embedded on the image and reappear to the market when it's taken off. And we're the only ones that can write that. So it'll actually work like a real item should in the real world or in a real game, like a real gaming asset, right? And in that, we can also do any kind of modifications to the metadata. We can update the metadata for each one of those transactions. And so this also allows us to do a couple things that separates the creativity from the actual gameplay. And so I want to describe this to you guys real quick too. So we sat down and have been talking with Eli and a bunch of people that have been helping us kind of craft this idea of building a community that's constantly contributing to the project, right? And that has a lot of implications as far as IP and everything else goes, right? So what we would like to do is we would basically like to allow community members to be able to contribute items to, on-chain items to the monks, right? And if you're an artist or if you're a brand builder or if you're a company that has brands that you want to put into the actual environment, that is totally fine. Anybody will be able to commit in the future to the PFPs because the PFP version of your monk is not used in gameplay. All right. But only monks approved items will be used in gameplay. And that's why we have these 3 different eras down here. So those will be the actual loadouts for your character. The PFP is the public version. And then these eras are actually the loadouts for the different eras that we have. And right now we're just starting with these 3 eras, but we'll be able to change and modify these eras and add more as we go. That's kind of the benefit of having an upgradable contract. So real quick, I know we're like 15 minutes into this already. I haven't even stopped to ask for questions yet. Does anybody have questions so far?
Yeah, or just man, this is
Hold on. My audio messed up here. Give me 1 second.
this is so sick. What do you guys all think of this so far?
See,
Let us
that
know.
means eventually you can put your unicorn staff in there too.
Sorry.
Fucking amazing, man.
I totally did not hear anything you guys said. I am so fucking sorry. I had to
That's
switch.
all right. We were just talking shit about you the whole time, so that's all right. No worries.
Okay. I just heard, everybody turned into chipmunks really quick, and I had to switch back. I don't know what the fuck happened. I heard it was fucking amazing, man. And so I'm assuming you're talking about how cool this is. I think so too.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what everyone's thinking, and everyone's like, "This is fucking sick, so pumped, it's dope as fuck. This is so dope." Like this is fucking next level shit. This is
definitely game changer for sure, man. Definitely game changer.
Yeah, sorry, my dogs are barking in the background. I don't mean to have this. I've been having a rough day, everybody. Just saying, I'm a little tired and beat up. So my dogs are going ape shit because I got guests showing up here, and I want to get this knocked out. Let me see if I can close my door so they're not so loud. Hopefully, you guys can't hear them. Okay, so yeah, this is we're thinking that initially these PFPs that we have. We're going to be able to extend this, like I said, to other contracts, or at least include the images from other games. And so, we haven't done too much with other communities on this level or this extent, but this pushes us in the right direction. All right. So again, we've done a lot more than just actually what you see here. There's a couple things that I want people to be aware of as we move forward with this, right? As of right now, we don't have a method to see if, and someone brought this up, whether a monk has minted their items or not, because we keep track of these internally. So we have to come up with a method that displays how many mints this monk has for items and if they have any available right now. Okay. So if you're selling your monks on the secondary market, if you're planning on buying a monk soon, first I would, say make sure to check to see if the monk is able to mint its weapons or if it has weapons on it. These are also going to change the metadata, which means we have to make a method that constantly updates the metadata for the monks, right? Because if an item is sent and it is still appearing to be on a monk at some point, and OpenSea is not going to see the 3 subversions of the monk. You'll have to see it from our website right now. Because this is an internal, it's still an online blockchain application. It's just that OpenSea is not going to know how to render this stuff, right? With that, we just got to make sure that anybody that's minting items, we want to make sure that we can create a rapid updater for items on OpenSea so that OpenSea is constantly refreshing the metadata. These exchanges weren't really built for this type of stuff, right? So again, if you're new to the community and you're not really aware of what's going on, basically this is a big update for our contract, right? So this is the 4th version of the contract that we'll be putting out. And this is the weapons contract. Basically, this is what allows us to move items on and off of our characters and allow the community to start creating items as well. So again, I'm trying to be very generic about the description here. You can actually go and see and modify your monk right now. It will not save it to the chain. Only our deployer can actually change any of this stuff permanently. But if you're interested in seeing what your monk will look like with different items on it, this is the link right here. All right. And there, if you go on there, you can actually go through and look at every single monk that exists on chain right now and see exactly, like, here's mine, 209.
You'll have to link it in chat. I can't read the URL. It's too tiny on that huge monitor there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I just posted it in the VC text chat, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I just posted it in the VC text chat. It's update.cryptomonks.workers.dev. And this is basically what we use to visualize all of the layers. So things that you will not be able to modify right now, but we'll be able to modify here shortly because it's part of how we're rolling out our story play and everything else. You will be able to modify what faction you're in. You'll be able to sell your faction armor, buy faction armor. How long will you have to mint weapons? We're just going to leave the mint open, but we're going to calculate which monks have minted and haven't minted. And to be honest, we don't have a way to show it on the monks right now, but we'll devise a way that actually shows whether they have a loot crate available or not, right? So a loot crate being, we'll just airdrop these things to every monk, and then every monk can basically use their loot crate to get items, right? So think about that. This allows us to do a lot of things now, right? And it allows us to offer things to our community that improve the quality and the gameplay as we start to move forward. So there are some other updates that will be coming out. And just so you guys know, this is a big one for us because this requires a lot of things to happen on the front end and the back end, as well as it really sets a course for how all of these items are added from here on out. So again, any other questions, anything else? I think I'm covering most of it right now. I'm not going to go through the actual, will we have to pay to mint weapons and items? As of right now, yes, it's just the gas fee, really. So we're going to try to make it as substantive as possible. But yes, there is a gas fee right now that's tied to it. So that's why we're going to leave it open.
Plus gas. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's free plus gas, basically. Sorry, I missed a little bit a few minutes ago. I have my monk listed. Should we delist? That's up to you. I can't really tell you what to do there, unfortunately. That's going to be, yeah, this is not financial advice. If you want to sell it to me, though.
If you want to win, I would sell your Soheis and Daikas and buy up Shuharis, but that's
I was going to say, or just, save them for later and switch them over at some
It's
point.
not like we're making engineers or anything, but
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy, right? Just changing lives. Nothing big though.
Just a quick question, man. Just to clear something up. Once we mint, the weapons reveal right away, or is it going to be a couple of days?
Right away.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And you have access to items that are currently on your monk as well. So if you have a shawl, except Eternals. Eternals are completely flat at this point. Eternals they're going to play a different kind of role in the game, completely outside of what a normal warrior is. But yes. Thanks, Miss Lynn. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. This has been a long day. I'm definitely getting some sleep tonight if I can, if not this weekend. But yeah. So there's a lot coming down the pipe. And I know you guys probably come on and see us at like 9 o'clock in the morning when we do our morning stand up. And, we've been doing a lot recently with credit and finance. So Nude fighting is a thing. It is absolutely. Yeah, you can take all of the items off of your monk, by the way, and sell them, and then you will have a nude monk.
Oh Jesus!
Right.
Don't tell him that. Please don't tell him that.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's going down, guys. It's going down. So, but yeah, just remember these. This is going to be a pretty big update, and I have a feeling we're going to have to hit Coinbase pretty hard with some refresh options, but we'll be able to do that. So we'll try to keep it as copacetic as possible. Any other questions about how this works, though, about the items themselves? Based on the items that we have, you'll be able to transfer them to other monks. You'll be able to move them around. So
Yeah, I did kind of have one question. You said the main PFP will have a weapon slot, so will that show up on OpenSea? Your weapon? Okay. But none of the other modifications show up on OpenSea, just the weapon slot.
Yep.
Okay. That was it.
You can. Oh, I was going to say too. You'll be able to put other things in that slot, not just a weapon.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's just behind the monk. Right now, we don't have any way that allows you to adjust what layer you want the monk on, right? So maybe that's something we could talk about later. But it's just kind of hard to set all the rule sets for like the eyes must be in front of the head, or the eyes must be in front of the skin, which has to, maybe we can get the eyes and the mouth to share the same layer at some point, right? So those are all things that we'll be able to figure out, but I'm just going to leave that up to more community choice than anything else. And as we start to roll this out, adding items, removing items. I'm kind of the firm believer that we should let people add whatever they want on there, even if it's a bit ridiculous. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they won't be able to use them in the game, but they'll be able to modify their monk for sure. Right.
Where will the cyborg layers fall to? Are they all behind the cyborg? The extra layers?
No. They're all in front, actually.
So are they going to be able to hold multiple of whatever we want, basically, or how does that
As of right now, yes. That is
They're
correct.
packing.
They'll pack in 2 more or whatever, right? So. Yes, we are a brand. Eli's probably wanting to grab through the fucking microphone and strangle me right now. I know. He's probably like, "What are we doing here?" Right? But yeah, I joke and kid, but the idea is to allow other projects to participate, allow artists and creators to do what they do and bring value to the community. So, I'll say a lot of this stuff.
Sorry.
Yep.
No, so my biggest question is, how much are the blunts going to be going for on OpenSea?
I know, right? Little 2020 twin.
69 each.
20. That's Dizzy's just selling 20 sacks on OpenSea, dude. Fucking classic, huh?
Yeah, I got those free games if you want them.
Oh man. All right.
So are we going to be able to start making our own sort of aesthetic items and gears, non-functional stuff right away? Is that capability going to be released now, or is that like a future update?
That's a future update, but it's already something that I can actually add items right now. Like legitimately, I can add items into it right now. And if you guys have seen, I've had to update the Eternals, right, that we have. So if we have items that we actually want to get in the game right now, I can do that. That's not a problem. But no, you cannot add your own just yet. And the reason that I haven't added that yet is because we've been working just on this whole thing. So the next piece of this is what Shuhari has, is what we call the mint, right, or factories, and users will be able to upload images through the Monks API and specify what layer they want it on their monk.
Will we be able to reskin official items, or just make our own separate items?
You have to make your own separate items. Yeah, because if it's an official item, right, then it's going to be approved by monks. And the official items that we have right now are the ones that Malachi did for us. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why, though, Fire. So,
Brave Raj, can I put another monk into that slot? I'm assuming he's talking about for the cyborg. So you want a Terminator monk to hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker? Dude, I'm here for it.
yeah, Papa Blaze. I'm working on that right now. That's one of the things that I have to make sure that it updates, and we need some kind of visual representation on the monk, right? It'd be nice to have like a little loot box in the corner. It shows how many loot crates you can open. I have a feeling that we'll be dropping these with more items. And some of them maybe just be empty. Some of them could have a lot of things in them. Who knows? It's really up to the random number generator at that point. But yeah, that's the idea. I hope that makes sense. We just don't have it on there yet. But there will just be another layer on the monk that shows an additional layer that just shows whether the monk has a mint available to it or not. I think that'll solve that problem. I think, who was it? Was it Dizzy that brought that one up? I think Dizzy was thinking about that, or somebody was talking about it. Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, man. Just a quick one. So like for future modifications and stuff like that, like, are you guys gonna throw out like maybe a guide sheet just in case? I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna fuck something up. So.
Yeah. No. As I was stating, like, I probably should have had better documentation actually prepared for this release. But there will be. Yeah. And it's mostly just going to have to be somewhat explanatory this first go, just because we've also been kind of short staffed. But yeah, we'll put something out that explains each genome, what layers are modifiable, and how each era works for each monk. I think it's only fair,
Awesome.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries. Yeah, and it is, again, I know this is relatively new to a lot of people, and we have a lot of new people in this channel right now, but you know, like I said, we're doing our best. We're moving as quick as we can. And we wanted to get this out with get some, you know, obviously just keep the updates coming from here on. So let me pop back real quick. Any questions so far as the layering and stuff makes sense? I hope that covers most of it. Cool. All right. So just so you know, each of these items is an NFT, right? It'll show up on the monk's contract. It'll have its own set of metadata. It'll have its own ID. All right. But as we start to mint weapons out, it may look a little weird on OpenSea initially because they're going to be added to the same contract. I have to specify what range all these items will exist. Anything with an ID under 3,333 is a monk. Anything over that is items. So yeah, if you're an engineer or if you're a developer and you need access to see what items or which features are available on monks too, we already have an API set up. You can call any monk by their ID from this API. I'm going to post this in the VC text chat. So there's the API. You see where it says 3,333.json. You can call any monk from 1 to 3,333, and you'll be able to do the same thing with items. So yeah, we'll document all this stuff. We'll get some more stuff put together and put out. We're really just anxious to get all of the stuff released. And you know, again, this is another big rolling update for our contract. So just glad to see things moving along. I know the rest of the world is having a whole lot of ups and downs. So we're just gonna keep our heads down. We're just gonna keep focusing on getting this shit out for you guys. So will items have a separate OpenSea collection and staff? Yeah, that's what we're trying to set up. So anything over 3,333 on the monk's collection ID should show up as a monk's item. Yeah, the mint will be on the website, and we'll drop links for everything. And we're just going to leave it open, by the way. So for right now, we're going to leave the mint open. There's no specified date for it to drop. And I think we'll do everything kind of more along the lines of being like a airdrop, or not an airdrop, sorry, like loot crates, right? Where you can get more than one item per one. So yeah. And yes, it's 1 mint per monk for right now. Correct. And we'll be dropping a lot more of these. Hopefully we'll be doing new drops, you know, frequently, different kinds of items. So again, this is items, which is weapons, armor, and items. You'll have 3 different versions of your monk that you'll be able to modify from the monk's website. And those 3 versions are these ones right here. You'll have the ancient, the modern, and the future. Those are the 3 current eras that we have. How can we check if the monks listed have 0? That's what I was just saying, Papa Blaze. We need to figure out how to get that actually shown on the monk. We need to add a metadata item. Sorry.
No, sorry. When you open your loot crate, and you get some items, does that get assigned to your monk right away, or do those items appear in your wallet as unassigned to your monk, and then you have to add them to the monk on the website? How does that work?
In the loot crate, they'll appear in your wallet. In the loot crate, yeah, they appear in your wallet. Let me double check. That's a great question. I forgot how it happens. I can't remember if it was going to appear in the era. I think we might have changed it to be just it automatically renders to the era, or you'll be able to pick and then land it into the era. Let me find out. That's a great question. I forgot which way we were going to do. And I'm just trying to think of what that does for gas costs, actually.
Luckily, gas costs are really low right now anyway, so.
Yeah, because it's a difference of 1 transaction to 2. How can we tell if a monk listed on? Oh, yeah, sorry, Papa Blaze, that was already a question. Like I said, we'll probably have to come up with a meta object that shows whether the monk has minted or not, and we can do that on our end. And we'll probably have to display it on the monk. That's something that we just recently had kind of brought to our attention this week. We didn't really think about it that much. So the idea is we'll add a meta object that shows how many crates a monk will have and what they'll be able to do with it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it. Okay. Yeah, I see a few people typing, so I'm just going to wait for them. To be clear.
Yes, one per month.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 per month.
To be fair.
To be fair. And we'll do a lot of these. That's the idea, is that we set it up so that we can continually do drops for different things. Right now you guys are just seeing items, right? But we hope to expand on that. And, the stocks of spells, potions, other things that you guys have some of you probably heard about. Magic?
Somebody said spells and potions.
Yeah, so yes, they will be random. They're going to be random. Yeah, look at Cloud coming in here hard with the Warhammer.
Warhammer 40k.
Pokey. Yeah, straight up.
As long as I get my Ioka.
Yeah. Warhammer 40k. That's my shit. All right. All right, guys. Very exciting stuff. We've got a really, really busy day ahead of us. We're watching a couple things right now. So we'll be posting in the channel when we actually go live with this. There's not an actual time set for the release of this because we're going to keep it open, and we're probably going to do a lot of this stuff from here on out. So just keep your eyes peeled. And again, we're really excited. Hopefully we get a lot more opportunities to start dropping items and to sharing stuff with new artists. I know we have a couple communities that we've been talking to about, how we'll integrate with them. So this is kind of the first big hurdle for us as a community to get over this next deployment and to move us into a spot now where we can start adding items from pretty much anywhere. So again, really appreciate it. You guys have been great. We also have some more education stuff that we'll be doing later on. So next week, we talked about credit this week. I may do a touch-up course on the credit stuff later next week, and then we may actually fall into some more project management. I was talking to Voice about it. What was it? That was this morning, right, Voice? Or was it yesterday?
It was this morning.
Fuck, I don't even remember, dude. My brain is fried. All right, so yeah, I was gonna say, Pokey, it's gonna be open. We're gonna leave that mint open for hopefully indefinitely. And we'll just continue to add balances to monks so that they can go and mint new items. And don't remember, we still have chi, we still have ascension, we have all
He
these
said
things
the
that have to
C
roll out
word.
now. So,
Oh, jeez.
yep. Yeah, I said it, chi.
He
Right.
did.
Don't forget, we have all of these things that we still have to put out. So we're working diligently. But
Imagine if he was deflationary and like you could just buy loot crates and it's just ideas.
Hold up. This is getting like bites all over again.
I know. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. All right, guys. All right. Let's see what else. Yep. Look, I just want to say we love you guys. We're trying to be as active as we can. Obviously, if you guys have things you want to see, please reach out to us. We're doing a lot of stuff around credit and finance for the next few weeks with the weapon stuff coming out. I think we're doing about a $10,000 worth of stuff we're giving away. Stags, do you have any more info on that? Or Jang, do you have any more info on that you could drop real quick?
Yeah, so we'll be for the raffle, which we'll probably do. It might be the next day on Saturday, but maybe most likely be the next day. And so what we'll have is we'll have some that'll be weapons, some different items and stuff that potentially can be won. We'll have monks in there. We'll have USDC prizes, and it'll be around 10 grand or so. So $10,000, maybe even a bit more than that. But basically, so everyone that entered in their wallet address in there is submitted on that form, and then I put an update on there as well, like the secondary part to put in your email and phone number. That is totally voluntary. You don't have to put that in. You can skip that step. And they're both stored in separate databases that are completely separate. So we don't know. Yeah, it's all separate. So if people want to just be anonymous and submit a wallet address, it's literally open to anyone. And we'll be pulling that probably on Saturday.
Yeah, buddy. Oh my God, it feels good to be back in the saddle again, huh? Fucking moving things around, making shit happen, right? I was gonna say too, Voice has been carrying some of this stuff for education and helping people with networking. But I was hoping that we could start the finance stuff this week, and we'll also start, like I said, some of the project management stuff coming up. So if you're somebody that wants to get into any kind of project management, we're going to start with the fundamentals of Agile. And I think, that's just one other thing that we're going to be adding to the lineup of things that we want to help people with. So if you guys are interested, next week, I think we'll do a touch up on credit. We'll start some of the mortgage financing and debt financing classes. And then hopefully we'll be able to also knock out some project management stuff. But I got to figure out what time works best for that. And we'll probably do just 1 hour introduction to Agile principles, Agile methodology, and maybe a little bit of the history of Agile. So love you guys. We got to get back to work. Any other questions? Yeah, look at Cloud's fucking Mecha Chaotic shit, dude. I love it. So many things we got to do with Mecha Chaotic, right? Oh, Cloud, I got a funny story. I got to catch up with you, but I won't. Yeah, I'll have to catch up with you later. Pretty funny. Did you guys like the credit stuff? Is anybody on here for any of the credit repair and teaching how to fix your credit too? That was a fun one. We fucking hate credit bureaus, but
Really
if you're in
interesting.
finance,
A lot of stuff there that I'd never heard or never knew. So it was great to learn it at that level. It was pretty cool.
yeah, it's easy, right? It's not that hard to understand once you have someone kind of just show you the shortcuts. So yeah, did any of you guys actually run your credit after that and see how fucked up your credit report was? One person pulled it; they had like 20 addresses on there or something. It was pretty bad. Yeah, no worries.
Good credit, but now you got me wanting to look closer at it.
Right. Well, you got to have that firm foundation if you're going to take risks, right? It's much easier when you got your feet planted on the ground. Credit's one of those firm foundation items. So, and it's easy. I'm telling you guys, it's fucking stupid easy. Once you know how to do it, it's fucking cake. and you'll be able to explain it to anybody else. It's fucking stupid easy shit. So, all right, we gotta get back to work. We got a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry that we'll be cutting this. We were already 30 minutes late. Now I gotta cut it a little bit early too. But I am freaking tired, and I start to say stupid things when I'm tired. So, like I said, I can't hang around, but you guys are more than welcome to hang out here. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up or tag us in here. I don't know if I'll be able to get to you today, but I promise we're doing our best. Jang, Josh, anything else you guys wanted to throw in?
It's gonna be a hell of a day tomorrow. Big day.
Time to take a shot.
Every day is a hell of a day. What are you talking about, man? Every day.
Oh man, weapons drop. Come on, man. This is
Yeah, I'm pumped for
like
this,
open
man.
tree.
Can't wait for tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
All right, man. Well, you guys, as always, it's always a pleasure. Please let us know. Oh, sorry, was somebody gonna say something? Who was that? Someone was gonna say something. I totally just knocked him off. Was it you, Henry? It was totally Henry.
It was definitely Henry.
It was totally Henry, right? all right. Yeah, let's put. We gotta get Stove's fucking music skills up here for every meeting, for real. I don't know why.
Send me some more of that stuff. I'll put it on the playlist for real.
Yeah, buddy. Can we?
Stove, I'll text you, Stove. We'll set something up here. I'm lining it up.
I'm not gonna lie.
Of course, dude. Yeah. I was gonna say I have a shit ton of music too, so I could probably make its own playlist, but I don't want to stop the community from putting in shit because I would like it to be like a shared one. But I got a bunch of shit I could put for sure.
What I was saying, Stove is community. We are Stove, right?
His name was
Robert Paulson, right?
Why did our brains go immediately there?
I don't know. 'Cause we're both pretty fucked up.
True.
Not gonna lie.
You know what's
All right,
funny
guys.
is